Hi and welcome back. The sort is finished. Now we're going to just apply the textures and the materials and do a nice render and probably some post-production in Photoshop. But first of all, I will go back to Photoshop. I will explain later for what I downloaded this. I will go to the second text and I forgot here something. Now if I look on the reference, which I can now drag up, let's say here is some stuff here. It looks like a triangle, or I don't know how it's called in English, but I forgot this, so I will go here and try to make this quickly to make everything how it should be. So this I will do by using the pen tool. What I will do is that I just click a few points here so far and maybe edit that a bit. Probably yes, it's looking a bit ugly. So I'll drag here this line and I will reposition the points according to the line. So by holding Control, I'll try to move the points. No, it's turned off. I'll zoom a bit more on that. So very basic things in Photoshop, just the pen tool. And okay, this should be fine. Let's check the reference. Okay, it's a little bit more sharp at the end. So I will drag it here and here. Probably I will put away this one and we'll move this a bit closer to each other. So I have something like this. Now I'll go to a new layer, make a part, make a selection. I will keep the feather radius by 1. We'll click OK and fill this with white. And here we go, the fragment here, and we have there already a blur applied, so we don't have to do it once more. I will copy the layer, transform, not like that, and by holding Shift and the arrows on the keyboard, I will just move it here. Now I will copy again this one, I'll make it by holding Shift smaller, also rotate that and place here. I will do the same first on this side, so I'll make it a bit smaller, rotate on this side, place somewhere here, which means that I need to move a bit this one, and I will again make just a copy of that. Probably I will delete this one, select all these layers. Oops, what I deleted? Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, I did too many copies. So once again, I will copy all these layers, will transform them vertically, and by holding Shift, just move it to the right position. Now, as you can see, very fast, nothing hard, and we have here this fragment together with the text. So I will save this, save as, let's go like a JPEG. Okay, maximum quality. And I have now this text and this text. Now, if I go back here, I also cropped this image a bit because it was much wider here or longer. And I don't know, I don't need it. I just need this part. And also was thinking about this. Now, again, I forgot a few things. Because when you draw a path, you can write on the path. Somehow it's not possible for me now. And I think I know why. So, oops. Try to move the path. Oops. I better delete. And I will show it here because there we have the text and probably it's covering. So again, I will make here a path. And yes, now it's working. So I can write on the path directly. and the text will copy the path. Now I don't know, I forgot about this, so I'm sorry for that. It will be much easier than bending. But just to explain and show you how easy it is. Okay, let's go back to Max. We have the both masks done, and now we need to divide the sort into some materials IDs. Okay, let's go. Select the poly, now Ctrl A, and let's keep it the one. The one will be the silver or the chrome or the metal, the shiny metal everywhere. Now the second ID will be the ladder here. So I'll keep it here, grow it once, and set it to 2. Now the 3 will be the blade. So I will select everything which I can see. I'll select it a bit more. And this will be the 3 ID. Now we can select this one. We can make a drag selection, F4 to C2, and grow it until here. This will be the 4th material. This should be gold according to the reference. Now we can go also here and do the same. So by holding Ctrl, I will just drag selection of the poly like this and like this. Now the same I will do down, but first of all I will deselect the old one, and also I could select both at once. I mean this and this, but you never know. Maybe I will apply a map and then we will have a problem. So we'll grow this again until here, let's say, and this will be the 5th material. It should be selected on both sides, you see. Now let's go here to the back. Now on the back we have again this fragment of gold, or some shiny material which looks like gold. Again, we'll grow this. This will be the 6th material. And now I will separately select the polys. But first of all, I think I will merge this triangle. So I will do something like this from both sides. And you can just for sure check if everything is fine by the IDs. So I will select the first one, fine, second, fine, third, fine, fourth, 5th, 6th. Okay, so back to front view. So now I will select separately this one here. Dear, the triangle is on both sides. Sorry for that. Just didn't saw that before. So again, we'll just fix that very quickly. And when we are here, we can start by selecting from this view. So back to poly, click somewhere else just to be sure that you deselect everything. And we'll select the polys around this shape. We can grow once, even that we will select this one, doesn't matter. And assign here 7th material. I think it is 7th. Maybe it was 6th, doesn't matter. So we will have one blank. Or we can try, no, not select. Yeah, it was the 7th. And now from the front view we will select this one. It will be the 8th. So it's very fast and easy if you don't apply any subdivision to the model, because we have here really low poly model actually, and you have, I think it has around 3000 polys, which is great. And you could use this for low poly, but you will have to recreate this part, like here shouldn't be this also here, and it will save probably 1000 polys, maybe, or 500 for sure. And like this you will have also this on the blade, of course. You will have less polys and you can use it like a low poly model. So okay, we have everything here. Now let's press M, let's go to the setup, and we apply here MentalRay. So MentalRay, let's select here an object or material multi-sub-object. Keep the old one, doesn't matter, and we have just 8 materials. We'll call this Anduril. We can drag it to the shape, and we can start to work. Now we'll apply materials from our library, so let's select the silver here. We can select this gold. We can select this homemade for some parts, and also in plastic, reflective made, no, leather. Okay, this one. Okay, I think that's all. Now let's select the material and look. We'll clear our bump maps, which we have there, if we have any. This is fine. Let's go here. Probably from other tutorials there is something. And this we will keep so far. And we can start. So for the main part I will use the silver material without any bump. We can use instance for this, for sure. Now the second was the leather, so let's place it there. You can also edit it already. So we don't want this color because on the reference it's almost black. So let's make something like this. Turn this off. Let's go back here. The third was the blade. For the blade we can use this chrome mate. We don't want too much reflections there. We'll copy it just. And we'll apply already the bump map. Now it's a little bit distorted there because we need to apply overmapping on that, but it will be better after. And it should go to minus. We can try these settings, but we'll see a little bit later. Now the fourth should be the gold. Can go by copy or instance, doesn't matter. Can go just by copy. So this is the fifth, and I think also the sixth was the same. Now again, for this part we'll use this mate model. We'll use copy and instance because the materials are the same. We'll choose this bump map, place it like this, and also the same settings like before. Okay, can place their background just to see. Okay, we have all materials there. Can hide this, we don't need that. And now we will apply UV mapping on every single poly selection. We'll do it very simple. We can't apply a big UV map on everything, because if we do that, just will not be right. You see, nothing is working so far. This is too big, this is too small, and so on. So we'll use polyselect for this. We'll apply just for sure on everything. We'll select this one. On that, or over that, we'll apply this. Can use box. By materials where you don't have anything like any map, it actually doesn't much matter what you have there, but like here, we'll apply cylindrical, fit it there, and you can see the bump already. Okay, let's do it quickly. So this will be third. Now this is important for us. UV mapping on that. Now probably I will use the box. And yes, this is fine, but we need to flip it. Flip it and probably a bit move. like this. Now this is perfect. Okay, let's go. This was third, just the third. OMG. Let's select the fourth, which is just this. So just place the UV map, click box, probably fit, and we are done. Next one. So we have here a lot of modifiers, but because we have a lot of materials IDs, we need them. We could cut it or make from different parts. Usually people do that. If you just try to make a model, you don't have to waste your time with that. But if you want to present it to someone or show someone how you did that, it will be a little bit lame just to make it from different objects. Of course, it's much easier, you don't make so much mistakes, but I don't know. To make an overall object like this, quite detailed, just from one object, it's quite difficult. It can take time, some experiments, but it's not impossible. You also save some polys there, of course. And it's quite better, I think. So let's try it, the box. Okay, this is cool. This is absolutely fine how it is here. So the same will apply on the other side. So polyselect, the last one is the 8. UV map, box, and fit. And it should be there. Okay, let's zoom on that. Yeah, it is. Okay, so we can deselect everything. We can apply about this turbo smooth. Should keep all maps. And we can try to set up the scene. Now, we'll rotate it by 90 degrees. Okay, can go to the top view. The top view will make a new plane, like bottom. Can make it quite big. Can go to the left view and move either the plane or the sword. I will move the sword here down, so far. Now I will go to perspective and set up some angle. Now it will be great just to render this to show the details, but I want to render the whole sword. Let's say from this angle here. So I'll try to zoom on that. Keep it like this, probably. Yeah, this is not so bad. Maybe a little bit more from the top. So let's say this, like this. Oops, probably turn this off. Yeah, better. Okay, I will create a camera from this view. I will go back to perspective. First of all, I will apply material to the plane. So again, like usually, almost a white. Just drag it here. It's enough. For me. Maybe for you not, but for me it is. Now, if we are in perspective, we can go to top view. We'll make here the lights. We'll again use photometric lights, free light. Place somewhere here. We'll change this to diffuse, rectangle. Turn on the shadows, ray trace shadows. Make the rectangle maybe big like this, wide like this, so it will be quite big. Rotate that and rotate this. You can go to the left view. Okay, the light is big enough for sure. The angle is fine, I think. Oh, it's too much. So let's get to local, and by this axis I will make something like this. The top view, just look on that, rotate something, replace, just stuff like that. Let's apply the intensity, which should be a little bit lower. Also this, a little bit colder, It's cold steel. Big two-handed weapon. Oops. By holding shift, I will copy that. Rotate. First of all, I will turn off the shadows. Place here low value and make it also smaller. No, maybe okay, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Now let's go to the camera. Okay, we can move the camera. Go to environment, select our HDR map. I will don't use kitchen for this. I will use probably one of these. We'll try this one because here is some black. And anyway, the kitchen probe is making just mess. I'll try this one. It should be fine. And let's go to the exposure control and try. Let's try a preview. So of course it's too dark. The camera is probably too near. So we'll try not to move, but to zoom a bit off. Again, exposure control. Let's do it once more. It's still a bit too on this edge, which is a little bit strange because I have safe edge. Probably this is in bad ratio. I don't know. So let's make it a bit sunny. So I will do test render with these settings here. We'll see how it will be looking. Probably before would be nice from the left view. Rotate this because it's a little bit strange that it's just standing like this. It should be on the edge. Okay. So let's do a test render just by hitting render. Okay, it looks quite fine. The bump is enough, the tracks is enough there, everything is smooth and nice. Okay, I like this. For the first time, cool. Okay, I will keep the settings. Why not? You can play with that a bit more. You could also, we can try, not from the left view, probably from the front, yeah, from the front view, we can rotate it also in this axis a bit. Almost to the ground. Now, we'll also render ambient occlusion map, so let's go here. I will do it like the first thing. To the surface, we will apply ambient. We'll keep this distance by 0. This 32. Now, let's go back to exposure control, because now it will be a bit different. But before, in the setup, we will in processing, virtual override, place it here, instance, and once more, and I will make it lighter to 0, no, 0, 1, like this. Yeah, this is cool. I will go to the setup, put up this one maybe to 400 to make it without some more details, and this also to 416. Now this image should be rendered very fast. So we'll wait a bit for that. We'll copy this directly to Photoshop. Okay, I'm waiting. It should be fast. Okay, copy, 2 times. I don't know. Every time when I just hit it once, it never copy. Okay. Let's go back to Max. We'll turn it off from processing. Now we will go back to exposure control and set up here this one. And we can do, sorry, it was a little bit too loud. And we can do the render. Okay, it will take some time to render, so we'll see how it will looking. I don't know, I will not pause the video for a while. It should be very fast. And also you can make details of that. We can try to do that too. And I think the HDR map is fine for this. It's ideal for this sort. It's probably better than the kitchen for this. The kitchen is fine for some other objects, not for this. So it should be fine. So we'll wait a few moments for that. We'll try then to zoom on that and try to render. I don't know how it will be looking. Maybe there will be needed some more playing with the settings and so. If it will be like for long, I will keep this for you to do, and we'll just proceed to Photoshop. Yeah, there's enough reflection to the blade. It shouldn't be like reflection like chrome, so it should be a bit darker. Maybe we could also turn down the color, but again, it's about your taste and how you like that and so on. Also, the background is not so bad. The shadows are nice and smooth, no hard shadows. Okay, again, 2 times copy. Let's go here, Ctrl V. Let's go back here and okay, let's try. Oops, that one to go to perspective, and I will just zoom on that. Maybe like this. This will for sure render for some time. We will see from this. The bump is too much here, you see? So we can also fix this. On the bigger render there was nothing to see, but here it's clearly to see that the bump is too much. It should go also like -20, not to plus. And we need to make it smaller, much smaller. Like the size, probably 3 times smaller, like here. Maybe like that. So the spread we can change. And the noise, the same. Size, let's go by just by 2. High-low. This should be the rest, should be fine. And we can make it just a bit, not much. We don't need too much bump on the ladder. And you can make again a render of that if you think it should be now better. And it's still too much. It's a lot better, but still too much, as you can see. And it's nice to fix these things, and I think it was right to get to plus. But okay, let's go here and change it one more. Maybe 15. This should be enough. So we'll change the noise just to 0.5. Okay, let's see now. So the bump map here is really about how you like that. It should be bigger. Now it's absolutely cool. You see, there is just a small pattern of the ladder, which is something which we wanted to show. And you see, we just did it without any map. Used the mix of fractal and the noise, and it's done. Also, I like the HDR map because this looks like polished. This is much better than the kitchen. So we'll try to make this detail. Now we can go so far to Photoshop, even then Max will take all the processing power for everything. So I will try to apply the Ambient Occlusion map. I think I will don't have any luck. I'll probably better not. The Max could crash and I will kill myself. Yeah, it's very nice, the reflections of the map. I like that. And we can see here the map. It's a bit noisy here, which is understandable from the text. We could probably use a higher quality of the bump map and so on. But it's not an issue for us. For sure not for me. But also it depends how you want to apply that and so. I will keep this on you to experiment with that. Probably like PSD. I think you can apply PSD here, or TIFF map would be much better than JPEG. But because we are not doing any close shots, it's not an issue for us. Of course, if you will show this to someone, he will say, okay, the text is ugly, but you have to understand that the map which we used wasn't the best for this. It's very easy to explain why we have it like this. The important thing for us is to have really the sort nice and smooth without any cracks, with all the details which it have in real. And the rest is just up to you how you do that and how you present your model. But I like that a lot. So I'm happy with the model. So we'll render this detail. You can render more of the details just to show you can make a lot of things there. Place it here, turn this off. Now we'll apply multiply on that. Probably just like 30% to the sort, and again you will see how the shadows are now a bit darker and so on. Now, to make the image nicer, I always say that to make an image nicer, it's enough when you do a black borders around. We're not so lost in the image. We'll make here these borders, drag it down until we'll be here. Now we can select both of them, both of the maps, and drag it a bit up. Okay, we'll move them to make the borders smaller to see the whole blade. Don't want to have there some fragments missing. Now we can select our detail. Of course we need a smaller detail. Let's say like this. Probably a bit larger. Place it here. Now to make some borders to that, we'll just apply blending option. Can apply a stroke. Not a big one. Okay, let's go by 2. Drop shadow that it's floating about the air. Just to show how the sort is looking by this detail. And now, I will write here text. For that, I will use a font, Ring Beer. And I will write here Anduril by 3DsMax.com. We'll make it, of course, bigger. So this is the Lord of the Rings font, which I found on the night again. I think we are still a bit off. Yeah, now it's fine. And now, how to make it looking like Lord of the Rings? For this, I downloaded this one. It's very, very, very strange that we will use this like a map, but we will. So I will scale this map down just to make it fit. Can a bit more. I will select everything in the text. I will select, or I will make a new layer. Fill this with black. Oops. Did I? Yeah. Can make it like a clipping mask. Now we can move the texture to find some nice spot. Now this area is fine, but here I don't like that. So I will release the clipping mask. Okay. We'll create it again and move a bit up. I'll place it somewhere here. Now I will copy. Control A. I will apply here multiply because I want darker. Like 50. Oh, it's too much. Let's go just by 30. But I will also blur that a bit. Blur, Gaussian blur. Let's zoom on that. Now this is fine. I'll apply on the blur, drop shadow, which is on the clipping mask. Sorry, here. It's too much, of course. So I will keep it here. And also you can apply a slight stroke on that. Of course, just probably 1 pixel. And like this you can create very fast Lord of the Rings font. Now of course I probably took a bad map for that. You can try to a bit change that by changing the curves to make it a bit lighter. Be looking again different, so just play with that and you will have some nice font after. Okay, so I think I'm done. Thanks for watching once again. I hope you liked the tutorial. I hope I will see you by some next. And again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. So far, bye bye.